In today's world of high-speed connection, text messaging, and social networking, we often find ourselves searching for information. There are millions of blogs on the internet. News, sports, politics, and tech. But I bring it all together for you and present it in a relentlessly unconventional fashion. My name is Zenny Abraham, and this is the Blog Report. It's time now for politics. Introduce yourself for the camera and say a few words about Tammy Baldwin.
Hi, I'm Keith Schmitz, S-C-H-M-I-T-Z from Shorewood, Wisconsin. Hey, look at you or look at the camera?
You can look at me actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Say a few words about Tammy Baldwin for my viewers who may not know about her.
You know, of course she's running as openly lesbian politician, but the way she's delivered for a district goes beyond sexual orientation. It's been quite well known throughout the state that she's been a very effective representative of the interests of the area around Madison. And there's many of us believe that because actually a lot of us do share those values, because let's face it, Madison is a very successful metropolitan area.
Yes, absolutely.
And my phrase about Madison is, I'll have what they're having. And so...
Does that come from Meg Ryan's film? Is it?
With the same effect.
Right. That's good. That's good.
I mean, you know, it's bad enough that Wisconsin elected a severely conservative and incompetent senator to replace the fantastic Russ Feingold. And so we have to stop. I mean, it's a matter of stopping.
Put on the brakes.
Put on the brakes, stopping the damage. But of course, it goes beyond that, because she would be a very effective legislator, not just for Wisconsin, but for the country as a whole. And I think would be an inspiration for people who have to deal with their sexual orientations.
Hey, so anyone seeing this, how do they donate to her campaign online? You know?
I believe it's Tammy Baldwin for Wisconsin, but of course, just turn to your friend Mr. Google.
Sure.
And you can easily look it up. Yes, this is a national campaign.
Right.
She's running against the former governor of Wisconsin, who, like so many Republicans, have flopped over to a conservative side. But Tommy Thompson has supported a lot of policies that need to be supported, but now he has to sell out to the Tea Party.
Hey, tell my viewers about what happened in Madison with the defection for a time, with the almost recall of Scott Walker. Why didn't that work in your view? I mean,
two problems. First of all, this recall movement was extremely organic. It sprung out of nowhere when we started out with the state senate recalls, and then when we went to the gubernatorial recall, and we saw many grassroots groups come to life around the state that participated.
Right.
So what we really needed was for someone to come out of the grassroots movement to run for governor, but there was just no time for anyone to adequately do it.
Because forgive me for lapsing on her name, but she was actually the person that lost to the mayor who ran against Scott Walker. I'm sorry.
Do you think of Kathleen Falk?
Thank you. Yeah, and she was the favorite, I thought, who could really win, but then didn't win against the mayor there.
Both of those would be really considered to be establishment candidates.
Interesting.
And because they were establishment candidates, they were set and ready to go. But that was kind of inappropriate to the movement as a whole. There was a state senator from the western part of the state who's an economics professor and a dairy farmer by the name of Kathleen Vinot, who probably would have been more in keeping with the movement. And so, but the problem was she couldn't...
Therefore, better able to energize the base, right?
Yeah, exactly. But she didn't have the name recognition, didn't have the money. The second problem was that we failed to make a case for the recall. Interestingly enough, one thing that I noticed during the senatorial recalls, I come from a place called Shorewood, Wisconsin. It's right? It's attached to Milwaukee in the north.
Right.
We're as liberal as Madison. We turn out the same vote for Democrats as Madison does. Last election, in the senatorial election, we had one in the 8th district. We noticed that there were people that were liberals who actually voted against the recall because they didn't like the idea of the recall. That was a problem, and I mentioned it a couple of times to the Barrett campaign.
Right.
But nobody took the strategy of explaining to people why the recall was our right as citizens of Wisconsin. This was something that was established by our founding father, who was Robert M. La Follette. And that was one of the last things that he established. The idea that we're the bosses in the state. If we feel that someone's not doing the job right, we have a right to fire them.
Yeah, we did it in California.
We did it in California.
Yeah.
And the thing of it was that he was not doing the job that I mean, even though a lot of us didn't vote for him, there are people, I think, now who would have voted against him because he was not doing the job, which he was hired to do, which was to improve the economic climate of the state of Wisconsin.
Right.
And as we know, over the last 29 months, the president has delivered an economy where we've had steady job growth.
Right.
During that same period in Wisconsin, we've had sporadic months of job growth, but Wisconsin leads the nation in, or trails the nation in terms of inability to create jobs. And we have a true austerity economy in Wisconsin.
Because of Governor Walker.
Yeah, because of Governor Walker, because he's cut the salaries of 13% of the workforce across the state. That means fewer people going out, fewer times to eat, going to the hairdresser, and supporting small business. That has splashed back into the economy and has resulted in a setback for the economy. This should tell the nation what's going to happen if they feel that they need a change of some sort.
Right.
If they feel that, oh, they don't like what President Obama is doing, so they need a change. That's what happened in Wisconsin in 2010. That's what brought on Scott Walker, and that's what's been a detriment to the economy in Wisconsin.
Hey, great overview. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure, definitely.